Now, going over to the political part podcast, you have DeSantis on squatters stealing houses going viral. Now, this as people are claiming squatters' rights and they're just stealing houses left and right. In New York, you actually had, I believe it's actually New York City, you had a girl inherit a house from her parents. Someone just broke in, I believe it's a migrant, and they just claimed the squatter's rights. And when the girl went to the house to say, hey, you don't belong here, the police, they didn't support the homeowner, they supported the squatter. Which also culturally tells you where the police in that instances are putting their loyalty to. Now, DeSantis, and again, I don't know where this was during the campaign. It was almost like he wanted to lose when he was when he was running for the Republican nominee. It's as if he shot himself in the foot with a .50 caliber, or more accurately, shot himself in the high yellow boot with a .50 caliber. Now, Ron DeSantis says, quote, commandeering a private residence through squatting is a scam that violates private property rights. While some states are choosing to indulge this behavior, Florida is putting an end to it. Stay tuned, unquote. And again, this went more viral than basically all of his campaign. He had maybe 2 moments that broke 1 million views on X Twitter, and this got 1.2 million views and 46,000 likes, which again for him is much better than average. And truth be told, I was gonna say his awkward. His smile is probably as awkward as mine, but I think most people would say his voice is better. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and have him speak for a little bit. And like all men, he did suit up, as men should always do.
Does your house belong to you? Or if you are not using it, can someone just come in, squat for a period of time, and then claim that they have a right to be there? This so-called squatter scam is something that's happening around the country. There's even videos telling people how to go in and take over an empty house. That was never how the law was supposed to work. And in Florida, we are going to take action today to end this scam and to protect the private property rights of our homeowners. You should not have anyone go on your property and take it over and then try to assert some rights. It's absurd. We're going to put an end to it today, and we'll be leading the way yet again in the process.
So again, pretty articulate. I don't know why it took him almost like half a year to wake up, but nevertheless, I can't but suspect an overwhelming majority of the comments will actually be supportive of him. And the good story in terms of New York City, while the police abdicated the responsibility and arrested the homeowner instead of the actual squatter, vigilantes actually went in and kicked the squatters out forcibly. Now, of course, I would never, ever, ever, obviously, I would never endorse vigilanteism. I mean, Batman is not cool at all. No one would want to be like that. Heaven forbid New York actually, has someone do something about the crime. But from a cultural perspective, it is interesting to see that pendulum swing when a lot of people are starting to think, kind of fed up with this. If I pay for a house, if my parents gave it to me, it's mine. It's not, so you don't have a right to it just because you break in and you occupy it. But let's go to the comments. Maybe he gets ratioed. Perhaps he gets a fascinating mathematical anomaly known as the Chris Christie effect, where, fascinatingly enough, you get 0 positive responses, which happened to Chris Christie twice when you were covering him when he was attempting to run for Republican nominee. Now, one of the first comments comes from Justin Grage saying, quote, I'm not tired of winning. Ron DeSantis is the future of the Republican Party, unquote. And is a picture of Ron DeSantis suited up, as all men should be, in front of the American flag. And that got 1,000 likes. Janine Coran says, quote, thank you, Governor DeSantis, for setting the standard once again. Intellectual property rights are dyslexia is a real issue. I may or may not know that firsthand. And Janine says, quote, thank you, Governor DeSantis, for setting the standard once again. Individual property rights are supposed to be given in the U.S. Sadly, that is no longer the case. Hopefully my state will follow Florida's lead soon. Unquote, getting 167 likes. Unfiltered Boss says, quote, Ron DeSantis is the gold standard of conservatism. Keep it up. Great work, sir. Getting 702 likes. Chris Spiss says, quote, you are the future of the Republican Party, sir. Getting 205 likes. Jamie Michelle says, quote, always leading the way. Proud to be DeSantis Republican, getting 202 likes. Dorn Satchel simply said legend, getting 102 likes. Kate Dreamer says, quote, Florida has too many vacation homes to tolerate any form of squatting, getting 263 likes. I mean, we haven't seen a ratio this positive for DeSantis in months. Again, there's got to be some contrarian statements in here somewhere, but usually they overwhelmingly are in the comment section. Or it's X Twitter, I don't know if we call it comment. Is it the response section? Whatever vernacular you prefer. Joey Ball says, quote, it's unreal that other states let people have their property commandeered so easily. Thanks, Gov, getting 141 likes. Joanne's says, quote, millions of Florida homes are second homes. Legal protections are a must to protect their homeowners in Florida. DeSantis, as always, on the side of citizens, not criminals. Like cooking 373 likes. Do one or two more here. Dan Stillwell says, quote, that's excellent news. Squatters should never be allowed to violate property owners' rights. I'm cooking 67 likes. Colleen Hoffman simply says, best governor, thank you for standing up to homeowners. I'm cooking 73 likes. And I'm scrolling more and more. I don't see a single contrarian statement. So overwhelming positive responses for DeSantis, and it'll be fascinating to see if this becomes one of the hot topics for the 2024 election, because it is an issue. People are having their homes stolen from them. But I can't but wonder, is it the top 20 things? Will Trump or Biden even bring this up in the debates, if they even do debate this year? I certainly think it's an important topic. I think if the issue persists, you'll keep seeing it go viral on social media. And once you get enough media attention, enough people are aware of the situation or concerned about it, then they'll start talking about it in those big debates and those public briefings. So it'll be interesting to see. Do you know anyone who's been negatively hurt by these types of squatters? Do you think this should be number one priority for all these states to pass some type of mandate saying you can't just steal someone's house? As always, it'll be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.